How's it going, everybody? Anthony's Homemade Love. Great recipes here. Tonight, I'm using alcohol in my recipe. So if you're trying to make these kid friendly, don't soak the pecans in the bourbon. Okay? That's just some friendly advice. I don't want to get nobody in trouble. So what I did was I soaked my pecans in bourbon, in a quarter cup of bourbon, 2 cups of pecans. And then I put them in the oven at 325 for about 13 minutes just to roast them. So now what I'm going to do, make sure I got them all in there, is I put them in a bowl. I'm taking a cup, and we're going to, well, actually it says to chop them, so I guess I could do that. Then you want to take 2 cups of vanilla wafers and put it in another bowl. You want to crush them up too. So now I need to find a knife because we're just going to chop them up. Sorry I got home at 6:30. I've been trying to get this ready for y'all. So what we're doing is we're chopping up our pecans that we roasted and soaked in butter. This recipe came from one of the ladies that I met through HempWorks. Her name is Miss Rhonda Neff. I appreciate the recipe, and as I've said before, I will do any recipe anybody sends to me. She sends me quite a few recipes at a time. I think I've done a couple of them, but not as many as I'd like to. And this is day number 8, I think, of my 31 lives. Let's just see if this will work out any better. Because if it will, I think we're just going to go this way. It's going to take forever to chop them up. And yes, I'm just using a glass cup in a bowl to kind of crush up our pecans. These things were freaking... if I wouldn't have bought the Kroger brand, it would have been $6.99 for a freaking bag of them. I was like, what in the world? Okay, so now we've done that, what I think I'm going to do is be careful is one thing I'm going to do. My grinder that I got for my spices is just too small to use for these, so I'm not even going to do that. We're just going to cut them down, and then we'll cut them down again. And actually what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to empty the bowl onto the counter here, and I'm going to take my cup and just go ahead and mash them up more. Okay. Perfect, I think. I don't know. It'll be alright. Okay, that's fine. So then these are still too big, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with this. There's probably a different way I could do this, more efficient. I just don't have it in mind right now. And you can smell the bourbon. Oh my goodness, you can smell the bourbon. Okay, so then what it says to do, we got them crushed, or we got chopped. Heat the oven, spread the pecans. We did that in a large mixing bowl. Combine the chopped pecans, remaining bourbon, vanilla wafers, quarter cup of powder. So we're going to go ahead and put our pecans in with our wafers. I done crushed them up. And then we're going to take what's left of our bourbon, dump it in there. Okay, and then it calls for 3/4 cup of bourbon. Then you take a quarter cup out from the beginning to put in and soak the pecans in. Then you take the rest of it and you add it all together like I just did. I'm going to go ahead and stir it up. just to get it mixed together, because my next ingredient is going to be cocoa, which it called for Dutch processed cocoa, but I looked it up, and I guess the real major difference between regular processed cocoa and Dutch processed cocoa is Dutch is not sweetened. So I already have unsweet cocoa just because I use it in my recipes, you know. I was looking all over Kroger's for it. It said to look in the organic aisle. I looked in the organic aisle and I didn't see it. So then it calls for, now we are to the cocoa, is a half a cup. Let me make sure it's empty. Oh my goodness. We're getting low on the cocoa. Next batch of cocoa I buy is going to be Kroger brand cocoa, because I got a nice hookup with Kroger's right now. Like, I get Kroger discounts and then I get employee discounts. It's really kind of cool. So, okay, half a cup. Done with that, and we'll mix that in together. And I'm just using a fork to put it, mix it together. You know, nothing real serious. Not using a blender, not using a mixer. Okay. Because then our next ingredient, our next and final ingredient, is corn syrup. I finally got some corn syrup. I know I talked about getting corn syrup before. I got corn starch at one point in time I think I got a couple recipes for that. But now we're going to add in, so we've done 1 cup of pecans chopped, 2 cups of vanilla wafers chopped, 3/4 cup of bourbon. Quarter of it was in the pecans, which roasted. Okay, so now 1/4 cup of corn syrup. Yep. Ooh. There we go. That's a quarter. So much bacon stuff nowadays. Yeah, there we go. That looks just lovely, let me tell you. So anyways, what we're supposed to do now is, let me go ahead and clear all this out as much as possible. Okay, we're done with that. We can put the cocoa away. Now I'm going to mix our corn syrup into it. It's going to make it, I guess when I get it all mixed together right, it's going to kind of make it into somewhat of a batter, I guess. That's what it's looking like. Now, I don't know how many, I didn't see how many it made in total. She sent me the recipe in a video, and it just showed the guy dumping the things in it. So now we got that heaping teaspoon portion. So I need a big teaspoon. We got one right here. That's a tablespoon. That's a tablespoon. This is a smaller teaspoon. But anyways, okay. That out of the way. Oh, wait. In a separate bowl, combine the remaining cocoa powder. Coat each ball into the cocoa powder. Oh, now we need one more thing, which is, I forgot, I didn't even think about doing this. So, confectioner sugar, we're going to use it doesn't say. Okay. 1/4 cup of confectioner sugar. Let's use that for that. So I need this. So 1/4 cup. Right in close. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take a heaping spoonful, kind of like make it into a ball or whatnot. I'm going to drop it in the convection sugar. And we're going to roll it around. We're going to set it on our pan. Okay, in a large mixing bowl, combine chopped pecans, remaining bourbon, vanilla wafers, crumbs, stir with until smooth. Using a heaping tablespoon, roll dough into 3/4 inch balls. Transfer the bourbon balls to parchment lined paper on baking sheet. Cover and chill for at least 2 hours. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to cover them and chill them for 2 hours. Okay. So these are probably inch balls. That's okay though. It'll be alright. Two. And it's I did it kind of my own way because I didn't save any of the cocoa powder to put in with the confectioner sugar. I put it all in together. Now it's going into confectioner sugar. I'm going to coat it. Okay. Set it aside. It says to put it on parchment paper. And I bought parchment paper for this, but I just didn't get it out. That's kind of funny, isn't it? So anyways, I hope everybody's week's going good. If you got any recipes for me that you want to see done, see how they turn out, let me know. Everything I've done has turned out really well. I'm very, very proud of it. The fudge from last night, it finally set up. It did right. I got about 6 pieces of it. You know, it's about 1/4 inch thick. So if you want more fudge, you just got to double my recipe from yesterday. And I do want a peanut butter fudge recipe. Just peanut butter, not peanut butter and chocolate. And I've seen a couple that say 2-ingredient peanut butter fudge. Well, I've tried the 2-ingredient before, and it didn't turn out right. So I really want a different one, and it's probably going to take me more than 2 ingredients to come up with some good peanut butter fudge, because it didn't set up right. I mean, it kind of fell apart when he was eating it, or was it fell? No, it's not that it fell apart. It was that it it wasn't finger. You know, you had to grab a spoon or something to eat it with, so it wasn't right. Okay, we're getting there. We got about probably 4 more to do. I'm anxious to see what these are like when they're done all the way. You know? Make sure you scrape your sides down so you're not wasting any of it. Okay, you got maybe 1, maybe 2 more after this one. And then I'll show you what they're looking like. And then, like I said, we're going to put it in the freezer for 2 hours. Yeah, I could probably make 2 more out of it. Okay. You know, I had a lady, when I first started doing this cooking, I had a lady from Germany who does a lot of baking. But she uses You know, she weighs out her ingredients instead of measuring them with the cups. And I was thinking about doing that, but that seems like it's a little bit tougher. Because, you know, I've gone to the tables. You can find anything on Google. And I've gone to tables trying to find the right tables for everything. Um, what a cup and the weight is. And it's just been a hassle. So, okay. I had rinse off my hands. I had sugar all over me. But this is what we look like. Hi, Miss Rhonda. So they're done. Okay. I'm going to put them in the freezer for 2 hours. I'll take a picture of them after they're done. I also got a picture of the pecans sitting in the bourbon before I roasted them. I appreciate everybody showing up. If you happen to stop by YouTube, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the video. Happy holidays, everybody. I'll see you next time. God bless you. Bye-bye now.